welcome back to the Culture Cave. I'm Anthony, and I'm joined by Emmett.
Call me Epsilon, for I am the new big bad of the season.
Oh, that's a great. Epsilon's a great one. Okay. Oh, I'm Alpha. Anthony's Alpha.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking James there, but I'm going by Anthony James, so I can go with Alpha. I was thinking, what is J? Like, what's J in the alphabet?
You could be Alpha, and then Konrad could be, well, C is like
Kappa. No, Kappa. It's Kappa.
Kappa.
No,
yes,
he's K. He's K with Konrad with a K.
Sorry, Konrad with a K. So Kappa. There we go.
Yeah,
that works. Now we've all got our Greek alphabet call sign. It's all good.
That's how like our fraternity on this show. It's Alpha Epsilon Kappa.
Yeah, Alpha or Alpha Kappa Epsilon. Cause,
that sounds better. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, Konrad came before me, so
yeah.
Yes, that works.
That sounds really good, actually. Okay. Well, let's get into it then. Guys, subscribe, like the video, all that sort of good stuff. We're back with Sisyphus every single Wednesday, as well as a load of other stuff on the channel if you want to check it out. Emmett is also going to be doing Dark. He's already seen the first 8 episodes, so we're going to be recording that very soon. The first episode of after our podcast with Emmett on it, where he's going to be going through Dark Season 1 with us, and he's loving it so far.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. Okay, guys, all right. Let's talk about this episode, because first of all, the main thing we probably have to talk about, it was very much, at least the first 2/3 of it anyway, were very much centered around this character of Sigma. We learnt more about him, Emmett. He was very mysterious up until about well, I say 2 episodes ago. In Sisyphus time, that's 3 hours ago. So we've had a lot of content with him so far. What do you think of him? A little of the shroud's taken away. Do you like him? Do you think he lived up to the billing?
Well, again, it's still very early days, but like I appreciate them actually going in and explaining a bit more about him before we just continue on with the plot.
Yeah.
So like we obviously see that he is someone who's come from the future as well to a certain extent, so like it explains how he got into this position where he could financially bankroll so much and could be in this sort of like impressive position. A couple of weird moments, obviously, because he goes back in time and basically he's memorized all this stock information and has all these papers. So he's like putting stocks and things and like buying at the right moment, and he's really making a killing. At one point, September 11th is brought up, which is very weird. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I feel
I think he like shorted the market or whatever. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't fully know. I think he just like what were they calling it again? A put something. Yeah,
it's we'll say GameStop. He put a lot of stocks in GameStop. That's an old reference now at this stage, but that's how he did it. He's the guy behind shorting GameStop, and that's how he got his money.
Yeah.
That's how Sigma became as powerful as he is.
So it was interesting, actually. Yeah, the market going down because of 9/11. But so he got a lot of money. I will say, this like storyline. There's been 2 or 3 people doing the lottery now and doing doing horse races and all that sort of thing. It makes so much sense. I really like time travel films and shows which just say, you know what, every single person would be thinking how they're going to make money. So the fact that he's going back and doing the whole Marty McFly Sports Almanac Biff Tannen thing, I'm loving that. Like I think it's so realistic. If someone time travel realistic, but you know what I mean. If every one of us, if we knew we were going to go back in time, we would be looking into how we could make money in the past. 100%.
Yeah, it's like it is one of those things. Like, we've already given financial advice on how we would handle going into the past, but like Sigma kind of takes it to like a whole new level. He's got like all these newspapers and stuff. Like he's really like got all this information ready to go, and he's like just sort of hitting it like bam, bam, bam. Kind of wonder like, did he do all this before the Control Bureau was set up? Or
is it gonna be a situation where someone we know goes back to set a bit of a Tenet thing where they have to go back to set it up, but after sort of the show's finished? I don't know who set up the Control Bureau. That's a good point.
Yeah, well, it's also one of those things of like, if the Control Bureau and Sigma are working together, maybe he's just using them to keep other people from repeating the trick that he did.
Yeah,
to a certain extent, like to like get in there and like make sure that no one else can like threaten his power.
Well, I think he seems to be one of the first to use the uploader, because he arrives in the train station, and I don't really believe that was where they eventually ended up staying. I don't think they kept coming out in the underground train station. I think at the very beginning, Hay was in the train station, but I don't think that was in the same spot. That's a very strange spot. I think that's like sort of this went back in time to a random spot. Oh, actually, maybe he knew where he arrived. Interesting.
Well, like, yeah, they sort of I assume they, like, in the same way that they pick the temporal coordinates. I imagine they at least roughly pick their, like, geographical coordinates.
Yeah,
well.
maybe they were just like maybe they were like, actually let's put I'm going to put myself into the underground so no one can see me, but then he accidentally put himself too close to the station. He was working in inches, but it was actually thought it was yards.
And on the track, which is also possibly like, if you hadn't woken up, that could have got a little bit messy for Sigma there.
That could be a Clayton ravine, Eastwood ravine situation. Maybe the track had been moved slightly in like the 20-30 years since until he goes back in time. Who knows? Maybe they moved the train tracks and he was trying to actually just go next to the train. Who knows these things?
Yeah, these are the questions. In the sense of, like, well, obviously, because the process, we know for a fact that the process isn't, like, foolproof, because, like, some of the people that come through don't live, and or end up like our friend the salamander, where they maybe shouldn't be alive but still are.
I don't know how he's alive.
Oh my god, it looks painful to breathe.
Who is that man? I can't wait to see that. Now he has to be someone. I know Sigma didn't turn. Yes, okay, guys. Sigma didn't turn out to be someone's like older self. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But Salamander Man has to be. He has to be. Like, why would they do that to his face if not?
Yeah, like you can forgive us for, in a time travel show, trying to piece together if someone is someone from the future. Yeah. It's a very common trope. You just need to kind of roll with it, Yeah. And we're just trying to get ahead of ourselves a bit. But yeah, like, is he someone from the control group? I'm not sure. I'm very interested in what the situation is with that. If they never address Salamander Man, I will be very disappointed.
That would be a bit weird, wouldn't it? They just never address him.
Which is like, he's an assassin from the future. We don't need to focus on him. He's an assassin from the future. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah. In terms of the actor who plays Sigma, I'm really impressed by him. I like he's got a lot of presence about him. I like how he eats raw fish. Well, actually, no, they're not raw. They're cooked in a can. But I like how he eats them. He's very ominous. He sort of doesn't have to say anything. Like, so, the other character, the broker who's with him, almost is like the performance of him is really well done too, because he's like talking a lot because he's trying to fill the silence that Sigma's leaving, because Sigma's just making him uncomfortable all the time. It's great.
Sigma's good at, like, making people feel uncomfortable, because, like, he does do that bit, because you see how he integrates himself into the foundation of Hante Soul's company, and the fact that he's the one that basically convinces the head of the board to finance him using Sigma's money, and you see the exchange of the drugs and stuff to, like, get him on side to save his wife and stuff like that. But he's able to make him feel really uncomfortable, because he invites him to, like, what seems to be quite a nice restaurant, and then, like, the food that's set in front of him, which looks lovely, I would maybe like some of that myself, he, like, sets it aside and just takes out that can, and he opens it up and he just eats the fish like that. But, like, it kind of comes across as, like, he's obviously from, probably somewhere in the future where
like Hay,
yeah. So, I assume he's lived that life for so long that, like, that's just what he's used to doing. But yeah, like, it was very funny watching, like, everyone be increasingly uncomfortable dealing with Sigma.
Yeah, you make a good point about him being from the future and eating out of a tin because of that. I like the can of fish for that regard. Then it makes me think that he doesn't want, like, the frivolous things of, and he just throws the money on the floor. He doesn't care. He's he's in the past to make sure the future happens. That's all he's there for. He's doing his job. He's doing everything that he's supposed to do by the playbook of time. And I think that he's there. I'm not going to eat your fancy dinners. I don't want that. I don't want this frivolous life. I prefer the post-apocalyptic wasteland I'm from, where I get to eat cold fish out of a can. That's what he likes.
We see also that bit where, like, he and the broker, it's near where the broker is starting to work out that there's something real weird about Sigma. But, like, he takes like a big stack of the money and just throws it in the fire.
Yeah.
And he goes, it burns easy, and, like, he just doesn't care about the money. It's all a means to an end. And like, the end is establishing the time travel and, like, whatever's going on with Hante Soul. So, like, it is very interesting, because, like, he just, like, is in a like at one point in a room filled with money, and he's just like does not give a shit. He's just moving it around.
Yeah, it's a bit
So
like
like
the Joker, isn't it? It's kind of
yeah,
like yeah.
he's like a much more ordered, quiet version in that regard, where it's like instead of like burning the money for chaos sake, he's like burning the money because he comes from a time where money means nothing. So
Yeah.
like he knows it has no worth.
Yeah, he's
So
actually
like
the opposite of chaotic. He's
yeah,
trying to make things happen exactly how they did. So,
yeah,
yeah, it's like an interesting take where he has aspects of the Joker in it, but it's sort of
yeah.
it's like Jared Leto's Joker, which who for some reason has to have everything in the right order, even though it's yeah. Anyway, I've talked about that 100 times on this channel.
In the knife circle, which must have taken forever. Let's not get talking about Suicide Squad. We will be here all night if we end up talking
Yeah,
about
yeah. Listeners of the Best Movie Podcast ever know that. We'll be here all day talking about that. Okay, so there's two other points I wanted to mention. We're already getting well on the episode here. So we've got two more to mention. The first thing I want to mention is, what do you think about Han Tae-seul's detective skills, where he was able to find where Sigma's apartment was from a painting?
Well, again, it plays into like the ridiculous skill set of Von Dixon, where it's like he's got that like Sherlock Holmes thing where he's like, aha, the painting, and then they do talk about it is in this episode I think where they talk about the myth of Sisyphus.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he sort of like starts piecing parts of it together
mm-hmm.
using like those old myths and the painting and such, and he's able to like work it together. It's not the most crazy thing that Han Tae-seul has done. I mean, in the first episode, he was able to like repair a plane mid-flight and help land it. So
That wasn't as crazy as creating that app in literally 30 seconds as either.
Oh, yeah, or being drugged and having the peace of mind to like put your microphone down to record the conversation. Han Tae-seul's a weird guy. So like,
he's an absolute legend. Like
yeah, like he's crazy. So like at this stage, I could accept that he will in a later episode make a gun out of like a can of Coke and 3 rubber bands. I mean, oh my god, he actually did do that in a sense. He turned Coca-Colas into rockets. Oh my god, this man is insane.
That was actually really cool. Let's be honest. Like, that was really cool. Yeah. So okay, so he finds Sigma's house. Hay gets stabbed eventually.
Poor Hay, always getting injured.
You say she got stabbed. Actually, we were talking about this just before we started recording. She put her hand up, caught the blade, and then like the blade dug into her hand. That would have killed.
It's one of my least favorite injuries for someone to get in a TV show, because I've never met someone in real life who's grabbed a knife that way. You just thinking about it makes my skin crawl. Like, just that idea of like holding the knife and trying to like, because someone's putting pressure on it and trying to push it down. So like trying to hold it in place, is just rough.
It is very rough. Well, Han Tae-seul like sort of was enjoying. It looked like he was like sort of in his element and caring for Hay. So I think we are going to see that wedding come to pass. I think that is going to happen.
Yeah, well, we did also near the end of the episode. We got another little bit of Sohei in the future, and we see the moment where she finds the diary that she's using as a reference point.
Yeah,
and the Sohei of the future talks about Han Tae-seul and refers to him as the man that she loves.
Yeah.
So like it does.
He's in the grave with her too, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, we think again they're skeletons.
Gotta be.
It's gotta. Well, it could be one of those situations like in Doctor Who where they're trying to, they're in a stable time loop thing where they're having to trick themselves into thinking that they died.
Okay. Yeah.
So they leave bodies in there to convince. No. To be fair, Sohei touches the body and then gets memories. Yeah. It can't be that. Then it has to be her.
Yeah, because she touched it and it like jiggered around a bit because obviously she had been through the uploader. And I think there was some mention, wasn't there, about when you come into contact with someone with yourself or your past self or whatever. So it sort of showed that
they merge. Like the two can't exist continuously.
Which is really interesting because it's bringing the idea of like the digital sort of like signal of a human being in general, not just when you teleport or when you travel through time. It's actually bringing it into generally if you touch yourself in that way. It's kind of like you download stuff from their experience to yourself. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Remember, everyone, don't touch yourself or you're going to end up being absorbed.
Yep. Exactly.
more life advice from Anthony and Emmett. From Alpha and Epsilon.
Yeah,
Don't
Alpha.
touch yourselves.
Yeah, I'm not going to put the name Anthony or James to that statement, but I'll put Alpha to it. I'll put the Alpha to it. That's hilarious, actually, because the other day on the Best Movie Podcast Ever, which hasn't been released yet, actually, I was joking with Konrad saying that I was an alpha. And anyone listening to this this channel knows that is said with a huge shovel of irony. Having said that, it's funny now because I am alpha now, so that's my name.
You are, and I am Epsilon, and it's that alpha beta epsilon thing is just very funny to me. Yeah. I don't take any of that seriously because it's just maybe. maybe Sigma takes it far too seriously, and that's where he got his name from.
He's the S tier. He's supreme. Yeah, he's Sigma.
He's the Sigma male, like Keanu Reeves or something.
The Sigma male, yeah. The leader of all the alphas. Well, anyway, there we go. But do you have anything else you want? I'm sure we've missed out a whole lot. Obviously, these episodes are so long. So, guys, if there's anything we missed, you could pop it down into the comments section, and we can talk to you there, or we can mention it next week, or you could even come to the Discord. So we'll put the link for that in the description too. Emmett, any final thoughts or anything else that I missed you wanted to just mention?
I think that's everything. I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody on the After Dark podcast. I'm very excited to get talking about Dark in general. Tonally, very different to Sisyphus, but very, very good. I'm enjoying it a lot.
But they share a key theme, we'll just say.
Yes, we'll say that. Say no more, say no more.
Yeah, exactly. Right, okay, guys, thanks very much. Again, leave a comment if you want, like the video, subscribe. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.